Welcome back to Ask the Attorney. I'm Amy Mohan along with Kevin Kennedy at the Kennedy Law Firm in Clarksville. 3 different locations there.
Yes.
And we will put up Kevin's information at the end of the show as well. I know a lot of people want to call you afterwards or have more questions, and they can do that.
We have lots of phone calls all the time, and people call in. We'd love for you to call and help anybody we can.
All right, we're going to take some more calls now. Again, that number is at the bottom of your screen, 737 plus 737-7587. And we've got Tim here. Tim, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how can we help you tonight?
I was just going to ask Kevin about, I had a tenant that kind of got into me for about $5,000 and a bunch of damages, and then I pressed him for money, and then...
And Tim, before you ask that question, can you turn down the volume on your TV set? It'll be easier for us to hear you.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, I'm going to start over real quick.
We got you, and I understand exactly what you're going through. I've been through that same thing many times. What's the question, Tim?
I live about 20 miles from your office in Christian County.
Yes.
And I've got a farm in Grayson County, about 100 miles away from here. Family farm, and I bought it off my daddy right before he passed. Ponies, Appaloosa, cows, jacks, beautiful house. Well, it's 100 miles for me, and it was getting tough taking care of it running up down the road.
Yep.
But one of my buddies I've known for 40 years, great guy, I still love him, old hippie. He asked if he could move in there with his wife, and I said, Mark, here's what it's going to be. So it's cost me $100 a week plus utilities to have this place, and that's what it'll cost you. I'm not going to put a roof over another man's head. And I told him that. He's back and forth between Grayson County and Berea, Kentucky, delivering pizzas, and then he split his time between the farm, my farm, and Berea, and then him and his wife moved in officially June 15th when she gets a job at Walmart there locally.
Okay.
And so the deal was $100 a week plus utilities, and just general upkeep, no yard weed. And he was real good with that. Well, after 5 weeks, I didn't get no money from him. I had to chase him down for utilities. And I cornered him up and said, Mark, I need this money. He said, well, I don't have no income. I said, well, that wasn't our agreement. That wasn't the deal. It was $100 a week in utilities.
Have you gotten him out of the property yet? Have you already got the property back, or you have not?
Oh, no, I moved him off the property.
Well, at least that's plan 1, and you got that accomplished.
And now are you trying to get that back rent?
And he tore your place up, so you want to sue him to try to get your
We're
money
just anticipating everything.
And minimize your damages, because, usually a guy that will not pay, he's going to tear the place up too. I never have one move out and owe money that they actually cleaned it back up. They're aggravated, and so you're going to have to get a lawyer and just sue them for the damages. If she's got a job, I don't know if you have a lease or not, but if you go to do one of these, get a lease, get them both on the lease, and you could bring a claim against one or the other and garnish their wages.
Well, I've got to go all the way to Berea, Kentucky, which is on the other side of Kentucky. You know where I'm at.
Yes.
It's at the base of the Appalachians, and I got to go there to sue him.
Well, I know someone who's got a law firm in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kevin Kennedy.
The deal is, you have to evaluate, when you go to sue someone, you've got to consider that distance. When you're entering into contracts with people, consider the counties. And those are all business decisions, and you just need to sit down and talk with somebody and say what is legitimate, because many times if these people don't even have a place, they'll pick up and move to Ohio, move to Oklahoma. You've got no address.
But really, you may be able to get a local lawyer in that county, and that would be a lot easier.
Yeah, and we recommend those things all the time. The squeaky door, what?
Gets the oil.
Gets the oil. So you've got to do something. Keep advancing your cause.
All right, we've got Shirley here. Hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Hi.
How can we help you tonight?
Yes, I'm calling. I'd like to know how you go about finding an attorney when you win the Powerball or the Mega Ball or
the lottery?
Clearinghouse.
The clearinghouse. Well, if you feel like you won, I'd be calling those lawyers. A lot of those injury lawyers take those kind of cases on a percentage. You'd hate to think that you won and they refuse to pay you because there's going to be some kind of glitch somewhere that they're saying, well, you didn't have the right number, it was a mistake, it was a misunderstanding. And sometimes, so that's where I'd start. I'd start with those injury lawyers and see, get somebody to take it on a percentage.
All right, we've got Ken here tonight. Hi, Ken.
Yes, ma'am. I've got a real doozy for you.
All right, let's
Okay.
hear it.
All right. I'm leaving my church. I live in Smyrna. I'm leaving the church, and the church is across the street from a large middle school. I know basically when I leave there that about what time the crosswalk people come out, and
Right.
crossing guards, I guess you call them, come out, and then they turn on the school zone blinking lights.
Okay.
So there's no children out, there's no crossing guards out. I make a left-hand turn and I'm coming down the street. I'm doing, the speed zone through there is 45 miles an hour. I'm coming down through there, and all of a sudden there's the end of the zone, and the light is not blinking, but it says end of school zone.
Okay.
Well, a police officer runs out in the middle of the street and points me and says, pull in this other church parking lot here. And I thought, what in the world is going on here? So I pulled in there, and then this female, she gets out of the police car, kind of hid back behind there.
Yep.
And she gets out and comes over and says, let me see your driver's license, your registration, and your insurance. So I always heard, I hadn't had a ticket in 40 years.
Yes.
But anyway, I always heard the less you say, the better off you're going to be.
Okay.
So she goes and gets in the vehicle. I guess they run in, to see if I'm a serial killer or something. But
Yep.
Anyway, she comes back and she's got me a ticket.
Oh, boy.
And it's $143.
Hello, come in.
That is a hello come in, and that burned you to the core. I understand.
I'm telling you. Because the light wasn't blinking, first of all. And I told her, I said, that light was not blinking. She said, well, it was blinking a while ago.
That's the classic when you've got a police officer saying one thing and you saying another, and that's probably one that you should go to court and try to object to. Sometimes they say, well, I hate to hire a lawyer and go in here and object to that. Sometimes it's the principal. You never know. Did she have a dash camera? If she did, that dash camera may show whether the thing was blinking or not. We, as normal private citizens, we don't have access to the recording devices that the police have. So, you say, well, that's an unfair advantage. And so it is what it is. And I'm so sorry to hear that. I always get irritated when private citizens get hit for injustice. And from time to time, we'll see that. But that's why we have courts and why we have judges. And we have to advance our own cause. Thank you for the call.
All right, again, that number is 737-plus, 737-7587.
It burns everybody up when you get a ticket.
I know.
Come on.
We've got Laura here. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for calling.
So glad to talk to you.
We are you
Sorry, you was a
too.
lawyer.
How can we help you?
Sorry, he was talking to
I
me.
have I'm sure not a unique situation. My grown daughter, who was 24 at the time, got involved with someone and had a child out of wedlock. They were never married. They lived together. He ended up leaving her a month before the child was born.
Wow.
She ended up moving in with us. We pretty much helped her and raised the child.
Yes.
He is not listed as the father on the birth certificate.
Okay.
He pays no child support whatsoever. After the fact, we found out that he had 4 other children
Wow.
that he also halfway pays on.
Right.
So when my daughter went to child support services, they told her the likelihood of her even getting anything from him because he works under the table is very small.
All right.
So we've never pursued that, and we've just let things lie. However, now that my daughter is older and settling down and they still live with us, she's in a relationship now, but we are concerned that my daughter was making arrangements with her insurance and stuff at work if something should happen to her. So my question is, she wanted to have some sort of legal documents drawn up that says if something should happen to her, that we would assume custody and take possession of the child. Again, he's not listed on the birth certificate. Is there some legal way we can do that?
And before you answer that, Kevin, we're going to have to take a break.
Okay.
But Laura, we will answer that question as soon as we come back.